Comic book hero. Man of Steel, Christopher Reeve, along with co-stars Margot Kidder and Jon Cryer, were on hand for the exhibit's opening celebration.
I was struck by the fact that my costume is here, George Reeves' costume is over here, and I noticed that I'm a lot taller than George Reeves, and he needed shoulder pads, and I didn't, so I feel a little moral victory there. I also think that his red briefs are much too big, and they're sort of like his waist is up here around his rib cage. But so fashions change, and I mean, all that was kind of fun.
It was one of the biggest thrills of my life. I was so amazed that little old me was in the Smithsonian Institute that I was very uncool. I think I was leaping up and down like a child in delight.
It was really interesting to watch Christopher Reeve realize how much he had become a part of the American culture. You know, I think he always realized he had a lot of image to live up to, but I never saw it like take his breath away like that. It was very striking to watch.
Superman first appeared on the cover of Action Comics back in 1938. Interest in Superman grew faster than a speeding bullet, leaping him over the years into the mediums of radio, television, Broadway theater, and films. No one knows Superman better than Christopher Reeve, who starred in all 3 of the Superman movies. Besides taking on the title role in Superman 4, Reeve was instrumental in creating the film's storyline.
The plot basically is that a group of kids are discussing the breakdown in the arms negotiations in the summit meeting, and we were writing this around the time of the Reagan-Gorbachev meeting in Geneva. And teacher turns to her 7th grade class and says, so what do you all think about the arms situation? And there's a little kid doodling in the back. You know, he's drawing a picture of Superman. He suddenly goes, hey, I know who could fix all this. Why doesn't Superman just get rid of all these weapons? And the class laughs at him and they call him a jerk. But he writes a letter to Superman. And so now Superman's got a problem of what to do.
And so I've come to a decision. I'm going to do what our governments have been unwilling or unable to do. Effective immediately, I'm going to rid our planet of all nuclear weapons.
Now, where this really came from was a group of kids in Boston made a documentary film themselves called A Message to Our Parents about their fears of growing up in a nuclear age. And I did the wraparounds and interviewed the kids. And also that summer, Samantha Smith died, and I remember, you know, what I felt at that time. And I think those combinations of things seem to make it happen.
The thing that Superman 4 has done that's wonderful is that it's a kid who says the world's just one big place. I don't see borders dividing the countries. It's just one big place. And so hopefully, done with this simplicity and purity and honesty, the way it's done in this movie, audiences will come out and have to get rid of their prejudices.
Superman 4 reunites Reeve and Kidder with alumni from the first 3 adventures, while adding Mariel Hemingway to the cast as Daily Planet editor Lacey Warfield. Pretty in Pink star Jon Cryer also co-stars as Lex Luthor's nephew and partner in crime.
Right. They keep saying that he's bratty and he's spoiled, and he's not. He's kind of a nice dude. He's like probably from the valley, you know, and he talks sort of like that. And you know, he calls Superman the dude of steel.
This is my nephew, Lenny. He worships me.
The dude of steel. Boy, are you gonna get it?
Why has Superman survived for the past 50 years? What's the secret to his longevity? How has the story of Superman been able to capture the hearts and minds of young people generation after generation? Reeve provided some insight into the comic book legend.
There is the potential for all things within all of us, I think. We generally function at one fraction of our capabilities, and we know that. So here is a character who's us as we kind of are going down the street. Things don't work, we bump into things, the dog bites us as we go for the newspaper, we can't get a cab, we can't get a girl, you know, all things go wrong. But within us is that, you know, just by simple transformation, what it is, I mean, by going into the phone booth, he does for us what our imaginations will, which is to release us into our true potential.
This month on HBO.